The tribunal chamber stretched endlessly before Lieutenant Maya Torres, its crystalline walls refracting the harsh violet light of 3 distant suns. She stood at attention, her uniform crisp despite 3 months of captivity, refusing to bow her head as the Caloran High Council delivered their judgment. "Human," intoned High Magistrate Rel, his 4 eyes narrowing in practiced disdain. "Your species has been evaluated. We find you lacking in 12 critical measures of sentience. You will submit to cultural assimilation or face termination." Maya kept her expression neutral, though her heart hammered against her ribs. Around her, the other 73 humans from the colony ship Providence shifted nervously. They had come seeking a new world, only to stumble into the territory of an empire that viewed humanity as little more than clever animals. "We are sentient beings," Maya said clearly. "We have art, music, mathematics, philosophy." "Imitation," Rel interrupted. "Patterns without true understanding. Your neural architecture is primitive. Your emotional response is crude. You lack the quantum-linked consciousness that defines true sapience." It was an old argument, one the Calorans had perfected over millennia as they subjugated dozens of species across their expansion. Maya had heard it every day during the evaluation period, watching as her people were tested, measured, and found wanting by standards designed to ensure they would fail. "You have 1 rotation to decide," Vril continued. "Submit to the assimilation protocols, or you will be processed as non-sentient biological matter." The chamber emptied, leaving the humans in stunned silence. Maya felt the weight of 73 pairs of eyes on her, looking for leadership, for hope, for anything resembling a solution. "What do we do?" whispered Dr. James Porter, the colony's chief physician. His hands trembled as he gripped his daughter's shoulders. "We survive," Maya said quietly. "Whatever it takes, we survive." That night, confined to their detention sector, Maya stood at the transparent wall overlooking the Caloran capital. Towers of impossible geometry stretched toward the violet sky, connected by streams of light where hover transports flowed like luminous rivers. It was beautiful in an alien way and utterly merciless. "They're wrong about us." Maya turned to find a young man approaching, perhaps 20 years old, with dark hair and an earnest expression that reminded her painfully of her younger brother. His name was David Kim, fresh out of the colony training program, full of idealism that 3 months of captivity hadn't quite extinguished. "Of course they're wrong," Maya replied. "But being right doesn't matter if we're dead. There's another option." David moved closer, lowering his voice. "I've been watching the guards. 3rd shift has only 2 monitors for this entire sector. The maintenance ducts are large enough for humans, but too small for Calorans. If we move quickly, no." Maya's tone was firm. "We're not starting a war we can't win. The Caloran fleet could glass Earth before our distress signal even arrives. So we just give up? Let them strip away everything that makes us human?" Maya looked at the young man's defiant face and felt something crack inside her chest. "We adapt. We survive. And we wait for an opportunity." The next morning, they were herded to the assimilation center. Maya had expected something brutal, but the Calorans were efficient rather than cruel. They separated the humans into groups, beginning the neural mapping that would reprogram their minds into acceptable patterns. Maya was in the 3rd group. As she watched the first humans emerge from the chambers, she felt her resolve wavering. They walked differently, their faces slack, responding to commands in flat monotones. Whatever made them human had been carefully excised, replaced with something that would serve the Empire without question. "Lieutenant Torres." A Caloran approached, but not one she recognized. He was smaller than the others, his carapace patterned with unusual bronze markings. His 4 eyes held something she hadn't seen in any Caloran uncertainty. "My name is Torin," he said in heavily accented standard. I am the neural specialist assigned to your processing. Please follow me. Maya had no choice but to comply. She followed him through corridors that twisted in ways her human spatial reasoning struggled to process, finally arriving at a small chamber different from the others. No restraints. No hovering machines. Just 2 chairs and a viewing screen. Sit, Torin said, but it sounded more like a request than a command. Maya sat warily, watching as he activated the screen. Images began to flow, captured from the Providence's databases. Human art, a Sistine Chapel's ceiling. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony rendered in visual waveforms. The equations of Einstein and Hawking. Children laughing in playgrounds. An old man weeping at a grave. I have reviewed your species' cultural archive, Torin said quietly. All 87,000 hours of it. And Maya couldn't keep the bitterness from her voice. Did you find us sufficiently primitive? Torin's mandibles clicked in what she had learned was distress. I found something that troubles me deeply. Your species creates beauty without purpose. You weep for individuals you have never met. You sacrifice yourself for abstract concepts like honor and justice. He turned his 4 eyes toward her. You should not be capable of these things. Your neural architecture does not support it. Yet you do them anyway. Maya felt her breath catch. What are you saying? I am saying the Caloran evaluation protocols are flawed. We measure sentience by our own standards. But what if sentience can arise through different paths? What if your human consciousness, however it functions, is not lesser, but simply other? Why are you telling me this? Maya leaned forward, hardly daring to hope. If you believe this, tell the High Council. Show them I have tried. Torin's voice was heavy. For 3 generations of my family line, we have questioned the Empire's expansion philosophy. We are dismissed as defective. To question the evaluation is to question the entire foundation of Caloran civilization. He manipulated controls, and the images changed. Now Maya saw other species, dozens of them, all processed and assimilated. But Torin had included earlier footage, before their minds were stripped away. She saw art that rivaled humanity's, heard music that made her throat tighten, witnessed acts of compassion that transcended language. They were all found lacking, Torin said softly. All processed. All lost. I have been part of this system for 43 cycles, and I can no longer pretend I do not see the pattern. We are not preserving civilization. We are destroying it. Maya stood, her mind racing. Then help us escape. If you have access. Escape would only delay the inevitable. The Empire will pursue you across galaxies if necessary. No, Lieutenant Torres, I propose something far more dangerous. He moved closer, his alien face somehow conveying desperate sincerity. I propose we prove them wrong. How? The High Council's judgment is based on the evaluation data I provided. If I were to revise my findings, present evidence of quantum-linked consciousness and human neural patterns, they would be forced to reconsider. But we don't have quantum-linked consciousness, Maya said. At least, I don't think we do. Torin's mandibles curved in what might have been a smile. Consciousness itself remains a mystery, even to the Colorans. Who is to say that your neural synchronization during shared emotional experiences is not a form of quantum linkage? Who is to say that your ability to create and appreciate beauty is not evidence of higher dimensional processing? He paused. Who is to say that the evaluation criteria themselves are not arbitrary limitations we have imposed because they justify our actions? Maya stared at him, understanding dawning. You want to falsify the data. I want to reinterpret the data through a lens that does not presume Caloran superiority. If that is falsification, then perhaps our entire civilization is built on falsification. Torin moved to the chamber's entrance. I can delay your processing for 3 rotations while I prepare a revised evaluation. But I need something from you. What? Show me I am not wrong about your species. Show me that humans are worth the cost I am about to pay. For the next 3 days, Maya organized her people into a demonstration that would either save them or condemn them all. They had no instruments, no materials, nothing but their minds and bodies and voices. But they had something the Colorans had never witnessed: the raw, unfiltered expression of human creativity born from desperation. On the 3rd day, Torin brought the High Council to the detention sector. Vrel and the other magistrates came expecting to witness primitive creatures awaiting their fate. Instead, they found 74 humans arranged in precise formation, and Maya standing before them. "High Magistrate," she said formally, "we request the right to present evidence in our own defense." Vrel's 4 eyes narrowed. "The evaluation is complete. There is nothing to present." "Then what harm is there in watching?" Torin interjected. "If they are truly non-sentient, their efforts will only confirm our judgment." The council conferred briefly, then agreed. They settled into observation positions, their alien faces impassive. Maya took a breath, then began to sing. Her voice rose alone at first, a simple melody that her grandmother had taught her, passed down through generations of human history. Then Dr. Porter joined her, his baritone supporting her soprano. Then David, then another, then another. The harmonies built upon each other, human voices weaving together without conductor.